Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right, just watched a dog shit movie called Winner, 2024. It's about, the whistleblower, reality winner. I don't know so much about her. I guess I learned a couple things, but I'm just gonna let's just say grain of salt it. I'm not gonna, take anything from this fucking movie because they lie about, or they omit, and I think in a way lie about the most important things of this. Like, how are you artists? I don't understand that shit, bro. How do you have this character, right? Like, once again, I don't know anything about the actual reality winner. I don't know about her as a person. I'm sure she signed off on the movie because it's very glowing, but they kind of make her look stupid, like very stupid. It's supposed to be the most altruistic, like, oh, moral morality, and if I do something bad, I feel like I need to pay for it, and it's like, right, and she has, one of her first incidences when she joins the Air Force, and she's doing transcripts of people, like recordings of people talking, which should already be a problem morally, but she's like okay with it. She's cool with it. But the situation comes up where she's like, oh, this guy's gonna plan a terrorist, or this guy's planning a terrorist attack somewhere, right? And obviously, when she tells the people above her, I guess she gets to sit in on the drone strike or something, which is also weird. I guess they do the research there, then they go right to some TV screen and watch some guy play video games and blow someone up halfway across the world. Like, I guess. But yeah, she felt bad about it. She's like, oh, fuck, I need to punish myself by doing a certain amount of, like, OCD shit or something. Like, I gotta do a certain amount of push-ups or sit-ups or, run a certain amount of miles or hold my breath for, 10 minutes. See if I can, like, just to make up for it. And it's like, wait a minute, like, that could work if the character's like, I'm quitting now. Like, now I quit. I retire. Like, I am not doing this anymore. My conscience says I can't do this. Like, right, she's sharing recordings with little kids on them, which means when you kill daddy, the kid might be nearby, right? Granted, that's not mentioned in the movie. I'm just saying, like, that sounds like, considering what the character was, is like, I quit worthy, right? She should be quitting this job. But apparently, they mention it later and there's a reason why they mention it in passing later on, right? As a reason to make her innocent or make her look good during trial is like, oh, well, she was in the Air Force for 6 years. It's like, wait a minute. This is going on for 6 fucking years? The movie made it feel like it was like 2 weeks she was there, and then she's like, I quit. Or like she was there for maybe a year. And because she had no other options, she was looking for a better job or something. It's like, dude, how am I supposed to look at the character as a good person if she stuck around for 6 fucking years doing this thing that she is morally against? Why? Because, fuck, man, I need a job. You can't quit and find a job that doesn't involve blowing people up? If it's against your conscience, like if you don't want to blow people up, maybe you should do something else. Oh, but Jordan, she'll get in trouble if she just leaves the military. Well, she got in trouble anyways, leaking information that Russians hacked the election? That's what moved her to do something illegal? Not like, hey, I'm out of here because you guys bomb people. I know you're killing innocent people. That's another great with the fucking movie. I mean, by the way, just saying it, don't recommend. Unless you have looked into this shit, studied this shit, have some sort of knowledge of this shit, do not fucking watch this movie. Because if you're a dum-dum, and you're easily influenced, this shit might work on you, bro. Like, you're telling me that all these the little intelligence she's gathered and the bombings that happened afterwards, after they gathered the intelligence, you're telling me no innocent civilians are dying throughout all of that? It's not mentioned in the fucking movie. It's not mentioned. They show the bad guys getting blown up, and she's like, oh yeah, I've seen like 600 killings, of people that the U.S. government calls terrorists, right? But it's like, so someone correct me if I'm wrong here, but drones don't have perfect aim. They don't have, they're not discriminate, right? They fucking they blow, their bomb blows up. Bomb, blow up. That's it. Whoever's in the area dies too. or gets maimed. And if I had the bet, if I had to bet a nickel, and you went on the internet and you type in how many of drone strikes kill innocent civilians, go look it up and find the numbers for me, and you come report back to Jordan on YouTube. I dare you to. Especially if you're some sort of believer in, every drone hits the bad guy and no one else gets fucking hurt. That's bullshit. And the movie didn't even run into that idea. Like, they left that out. Like, almost completely. Guess what? If they mention it in passing, it's still leaving it out of the movie. Like, come on, bro. But if you show, like, what really goes down with that shit, and you have this hero working 6 years there, and then be like, oh, well, And then it gets funnier. It's like, she works in the Air Force for 6 years, doing something she's morally against. She's like, fuck, I quit. I found a job where I can be an NGO and feed starving kids in foreign countries, in Pakistan or Afghanistan or something like that. They're like, oh, well, you need a college degree to do that. She's like, fuck, I can't get this job. Well, I'll go work for the NSA then. It's like, holy fuck. She's the worst humanitarian of all time. If this is what this girl really did, like in that type of fashion, she is the worst humanitarian of all time. She actually works backwards, like against humanitarian effort. She works the opposite direction without realizing it somehow. Like, oh, stupid army recruiter, you're so dumb. One woman calls her in this movie. A woman calls her and says, "Oh no, that's just some dumb jock, Over here, we like women, we like women stuff. All right, I'll join the Air Force." Like, what? What? I don't care how many fucking dogs she saves. She's killing. She's playing a large role in killing obscene amounts of people. Like, literally, like, whatever. Once again, if you're not politically educated or, foreign policy educated, and you don't realize George W. Bush is a fucking war criminal, how do you know that, Jordan? Like, well, all you need to do is count the number of innocent people killed. If you don't know that about George Bush, you need to educate yourself. You don't know that about Barack Obama, you need to educate yourself. You don't know that about Donald Trump, you need to educate yourself. If you don't know that about Joe Biden, you need to educate yourself. Like, every politician, like, I think they even gave Hillary some glowing reviews in this movie, like some glowing statements, right? Like, she's like, oh, she's just a strong, powerful woman. I'm like, holy fuck, who wrote this fucking dog shit? It's Carrie Howley and Susanna Fogel. They need to quit writing right now. Either that or they don't exist and a robot wrote them. A robot straight from the NSA headquarters wrote this movie for them on an algorithm. They keyworded through CNN transcripts and just made a script out of it. That's what it looks like. And CNN's heavily, seen in the movie for some reason. And of course, Fox News is looked down upon. And trust me, Fox News is a pile of dog shit too. As equally a pile of dog shit as CNN is, right? Unless you're stupid, you don't know that. I understand. I understand if you haven't educated yourself, you won't fucking know. I get it. But I'll be your bad guy for this evening. Yeah, they're all piles of shit. Who built the Iraq War? Fox News played a large role in building the Iraq War, Iraq and Afghanistan. CNN did too, by the way. Then when Barack Obama came in and we thought we were done with these wars, and the wars kept going, CNN helped push it to other countries like Syria and Somalia and Sudan. And when Trump comes back in office, they're pushing the wars to other places, in Venezuela and more nations in Africa and more over the Middle East. And Biden comes in, oh, we're going to Ukraine now. And it's like they just keep pushing it forward and dum-dums fall for it. So I hope to God that whoever wrote this movie are just some out-of-touch motherfuckers who haven't seen a poor person their entire lives. They see it on TV, right? They see oh man, it sucks that there's homeless out there. They do nothing about it, right? They're just aware that it exists and maybe cry a little crocodile tear on the side about poor people. Other than but they don't really, because it's no one could be this dumb. No one could be this dumb. It's beyond logic. Like, that's on purpose that you left out. Like, hey, these bombs don't hit bad guys all the time. Like, they don't directly hit bad guys. Like some sort of like, Looney Tune shit where like a missile comes out, then the top of the missile comes off, and a handgun comes out and shoots the bad guy. It's like, no, that's not how it works, bro. It's a bomb. It blows up areas, not specific targets. It blows up areas where the target is in. And guess what? Other people exist on Earth, and they get hit by these things. Holy fuck. Embarrassing movie. Yeah, once again, I don't recommend this unless you have some sense of common sense and critical thinking skills to where you can like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. If you can't do that, don't watch the fucking movie. Like, you're just gonna get wrecked, bro. You're gonna end up maybe reinforcing bad ideas or buying into new bad ideas, in my opinion. Because, good God, just deaf. And the movie's like really, really tone deaf. Really tone deaf. Once again, with like the amount of things that happen around the world, it's like, this girl's she's like, oh man, I couldn't get that NGO job or whatever. I'm gonna go to the mall and go shopping with my mom and eat some pretzels. Like, bro, it's like, yeah. You worked 6 years contributing to the fucking humanitarian harm of people in these countries, and then you don't get the job that would be some sense of trying to help, against all the humanitarian crisis that happen there. So you just go shopping and eat pretzels with your mom in the mall. Like, it's like, good God, someone help them. Help these poor fools, man. Like, it's not cool girl time, bro. I don't want to hear punk rock music from this person. I don't. I would say I don't know the real reality winner, but like, this character sucks ass, bro. She's dog cheeks. She is trash. I'd be like, God damn, you need some help, lady. Like, are you that stupid? She's working for the NSA and doesn't know what the NSA does, so she gets caught. Like, you're so stupid. Like, don't you work for them? You're literally listening to people on their devices all fucking day, and you don't realize your device is gonna be listening. You fucking dumb fuck. And that's after she worked in the Air Force for all those years, knowing what they do behind closed doors and shit. Like, what are we talking about? Who is that dumb? Oh, man. All right. I mean, I try to do things as like a film. I try not to be like a comic book. They're like, oh, that's not like the source material. That's not Batman. What the fuck? I try to just judge content for what it is. But this shit, I'm sorry. This is borderline propaganda, and I have to say it. It has to be said. So, because it is borderline propaganda, I would say it is, but I'm not stupid. Like, if I was a dumb person or an uneducated person who didn't know shit about any of this stuff, I could see someone falling for it, and it's like, you wouldn't notice that it's propaganda. But if you just know a little bit, you would know. You'd be like, wait a minute. Hold on. She stays in the army to blow up people, but risks her fucking, freedom to tell us that Russia tried to hack our election. It's like, come on, dude. How dumb do you think I am? Holy shit. Like, of course they tried. A bunch of countries probably tried. We try in other countries. Right? So it's like, what did she release that was such a big deal that she's like, oh, the American people must know Russia tried. Like, yeah, that's believable. Well, Fox News was saying that didn't happen, so I need to become a whistleblower to say that. Not about them spying on people. That's not important enough. That's not enough of a moral venture for Reality Winner. Must be about Russia attempting to hack our elections. God, embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Yeah, this movie's God, I'm trying to judge it as a movie. As a movie, it sucks, man. Like, once again, the tone deafness of some of these things. Like, it's like, damn, I just killed. When I was spying on, this family, maybe the dad is a guy who shoots bombs at people, right? But all I hear in the recording is the little kid saying, "Oh, Daddy, can we get some chocolate cake?" And fuck, I had to tell my superiors, and they had to blow him up. Fuck. So what I'm gonna do now is go try to save a dog that's outside, like that's down the street from me. He's like outside and it's cold out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna save this dog to make up for that. It's like, what are we talking about? Like, you are a dumb person. Like, you're dumb. The character, I'm saying. I don't know anything about the actual story of Reality Winner. But this one, oh, good God. So, once again, I'm bringing my political lens into this. It's a political movie. They're attempting propaganda. I'll bring my political lens with it. So, that makes me give a score of, I'd say, I think it's 5.8, 5.9, that territory. It's a bad movie. It's a really bad movie. It's like the attempts are just God. Like, it's ballsy. Those are some ballsy attempts they make. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what CNN, CIA, White House robot wrote these scripts, man? Holy shit. There you go. I don't recommend unless you have intelligence and critical thinking skills. And 5.8, 5.9. It's a dog shit movie. There you go. There's a review for Winner. That's the name of it. Winner 2024.